Hi soulmates, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and for sticking with us. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be talking all about darts, okay? As a fashion beginner, it is very important for you to know darts and why we use darts, okay? So if this is what you're interested in, let's get started. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. So to start, what are darts? Okay, why do we use darts? So a dart is a folded and stitched wedge of fabric used in sewing to shape a garment, okay, that allows it to fit your curves and your body shape perfectly well. So what do we use dart for? Like, what is the use of a dart? So a dart is used, just as I have defined, to make your fabric or your garment fit you perfectly. That dress, that whatever you're making, the dart makes it fit your body shape perfectly. So that is what darts are used for. So let's get started. Let's get right into the video. So these are all the materials that I am using. Okay, so I have my basic bodice already drafted, and then I have my mini bodice cards, okay, that I'll be using for illustration. So let's go ahead and start right away. So as you can see, I've drafted my basic bodice here, and I've taken the waist dart. So this is the most common dart that everyone knows, okay, this one. So I came down by 1 inch from the bust point. So now we're going to start, and this first one that we're taking is the under bust dart or the underarm dart, okay. So how do you get this dart? You're going to, now we all know that the difference between your half leg, your shoulder to waist in front, and the difference between your shoulder to waist at the back, there's always a difference, okay? So mine is 2 inches. That is, my shoulder to waist in front is 17, and my shoulder to waist at the back is 15 inches. So the difference is 2 inches. So that is what you're going to mark. For some people, can be 1 inch, it can be 1.5, whatever you get, just go ahead and mark it across this point like this. Now you can even go inwards, like that's towards that line like this, just as we did for the main dart. You can go inward by 1 inch before you connect, okay, so that the dart does not sit on your bust, on your nipple point, okay. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just going to illustrate on my my pattern card here so that you will see how the dart looks like. So by the time you cut open that part like this, you're going to fold this down. If you want to stitch down the both darts, it's totally fine. But if you don't want to, you want to cover up one of the darts, which is what I'm doing here, then you're going to cut the line that I've cut, and then you're going to cover it up, okay. So you're going to cover it up like this, as you can see, and pin it down. You can see how it looks, okay. You can see how it looks. So this is what it looks like, okay. This is how it looks. So the next one that we're going to be working on is the mid armhole dart, okay. Mid armhole dart, or the princess dart, which a lot of people commonly know. So that is where you're going to get the midpoint of this, your armhole curve here. You're going to get the midpoint, and you're going to connect after you've gotten the midpoint. Now you can either connect it with your curved rule or with your straight rule. It depends on how you want it to be. If you're creating a princess dart bust here, you're going to create it with your curved rule. On your bust point, you're going to go up by 1/2 inch, okay, so that your bust will sit properly. So that is what you're going to do. But if you're making it with your straight rule, okay, in order to just make a design there, then you're going to use your straight rule to connect as you see me doing, okay. Either ways, it's going to come out perfectly fine. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. You're going to connect it to this point. So I'm just going to label them appropriately. So that's it. So this is very simple, and that is pretty much it. So I'm going to use my card here to just do the illustration as I did for the first one. Just like I said, I'm going to be illustrating almost all of them. So you're going to do that. So then after I've done that, I'm going to cut this line like this. If you're creating the princess dart board, you're going to connect with your curve rule just as we did, okay, on the main pattern here, and then you're going to connect as you see me connecting, okay. So you can see how it looks like. You can see how it looks, right? So I'm just labeling that out. So this is how the princess dart looks. Okay, so the next one, first of all, I'm just going to highlight the ones that we've already done. I'm just going to use my marker to just highlight them so they come out looking clean, okay? So after we've done that, the next we're going to work on is the shoulder tip dart, okay? So this one is not very common. Most people only use it when they want to make some intricate patterns and all that, okay? So but we're just going to be taking it. So this is how you connect it from the shoulder tip there. You're going to connect it down to the points we've been connecting, okay? We're going to get to that. So after that, I'm going to illustrate this on my pattern card, okay? So you're going to cut that part like this, and then you close up the waist dart, and then you stitch down this one, okay? So you can see how it looks. So see the three of them, see how they look, see the different stitching points, okay? So that's it. So the next one that we're going to take is the mid shoulder dart, or shoulder dart as most of us know it. So what you're going to do is to divide this point here. You're going to divide this point by 2. You're going to place your rule like this and divide it, your tape. Divide whatever you get there, you mark that midpoint. After you mark it, you're going to get your straight rule and connect all the way down to the boss point that we've connected it, okay? This one is quite simple. I'm going to label that. It's quite simple, and a lot of people use it, okay? It just gives your dress a different kind of, fitting. So I'm just going to illustrate this as well on my card, okay? So you can see I've closed the waist dart, so I've just labeled that, and I'm just going to tape the other side as well. So when you close it up, you can see how it looks, guys. Very beautiful pattern. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So the next one that we'll be looking at is the neck, is the center neck dart. Okay, now this one I rarely see this one, okay? So I'm just going to connect it from the tip of the neck to the boss point as I have connected. So I'm not going to be illustrating this one, okay? So that's that. So after we've done that, the next one we're going to do is the mid neck dart, okay? The mid neck dart. So you're going to divide this your neckline here. You're going to just divide it into 2. You get the midpoint, you mark that midpoint, and from that midpoint you're going to connect. Okay, you're going to connect it to the boss point as you see me doing. Just go ahead and connect it, okay? This one is quite simple, though I rarely see it, but it's very beautiful if you want to create some design on your fabric, okay? It's a very lovely one. So I'm just going to illustrate as well on the card, okay? So you just go ahead, cover it up, and this is how it looks, okay? You can see the difference between the two. Can you see the difference between the shoulder dart and the mid armhole dart? Okay, so the next one that we are working on is the center front dart, okay? The center front of the fabric of your pattern on the center front. You open it up, okay? You can see me illustrating on the card here. You just open up that part, you close up your waist dart, and then you close this part as well, okay? These ones you rarely see, but just like I said, for special fabrics. Okay, so you can see the difference between the 3 of them: the shoulder dart, the center front dart, and the mid neck dart. You can see how they look. Okay, so after we've done that, the next one that we're going to do is called the center front waist dart. Okay, so you're going to connect it, okay, to the waistline there. You're going to connect it from the tip of the waist there. You're going to connect it to the boss point as we have done, okay? So I'm just going to illustrate this one. This one too is not common, but just like I said, if you want to just create some designs on your dress, you can just do that. It looks very beautiful. It looks very beautiful. You can go ahead and do that. Okay, so after we've done that, the next one we're going to do, which is the last one that we'll be doing for this tutorial, is the French dart. Okay, so on the waist area there, you're going to come up by 2.5 inches or 3 inches, and you're going to mark as you see me doing, okay? You're going to mark that point. After you marked, is to connect it to the bust point as you see me doing, right? So you're just going to connect that. So this one is the French dart. Just like I said, this one's too, they're not very common. So I'm just creating pointer arrows pointing to the lines, okay, for clarity. I know you can't even see the writing properly, but that's it. So we're just going to go ahead and illustrate this one, the French dart, as well. So just close up the front, you close up the waist dart, and then this part as well. Okay, guys, so this is it. We're basically done with this. Yeah, so much more. There are a lot more. And please note that you can move your dart anywhere on your pattern paper, okay, from this point. From this point, now this is the most important point. Okay, this point is called the pivot point or the apex point. From this pivot point, you can move your dart anywhere on your fabric. You can move it wherever you like, okay? Wherever you want to stitch it down, wherever you want to do it, whatever you're designing, you can move it from this apex point that you see. So this point is a very important point. That is that point that you get when you divide your nipple to nipple on your bust point. Okay, so that point. So I'm just going to bring back all of the cards that we've used for illustration. Okay, so you can see the different points. I hope that you can see them clearly. So this is how they all look. Okay, so this is it. This is it. I hope that this tutorial was helpful to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.